My dear friends, welcome. Today, I want to speak to you heart to heart about something many older women silently struggle with, yet almost no one feels comfortable mentioning out loud. As we grow wiser and enter this beautiful chapter of life, there's still certain personal problems that make us feel embarrassed, confused, or even ashamed. And one of the most painful of them is dealing with a lingering urine-like smell, even when you've done everything you thought was right. If this is something you've noticed, please hear me. You are not alone, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with you as a person. This is simply a sign that your body needs a little extra care, and together, we're going to figure it out. Earlier this year, I met a wonderful 72-year-old woman named Clara. She is kind, warm, and full of laughter, the kind of person everyone loves having around. But recently, something began to change. During a family visit, Clara noticed her granddaughter quietly cracking open a window behind her each time she sat down. She noticed her daughter offering shorter hugs. And during Sunday's service, a close friend stepped back ever so slightly while they were talking. Clara told me she felt a sharp sting in her chest, as if her heart sank into her stomach. She couldn't understand what was happening. She showered every morning. She cleaned carefully. She used scented soaps and lotions. She washed her clothes. Yet the subtle odor seemed to follow her everywhere, no matter what she did. She told me, "I feel like I'm doing everything right and still, I can see people reacting. I don't know what else to do. It makes me afraid to leave the house." Her eyes filled with tears as she shared that she had even considered stopping her weekly visits to her sister because she was terrified of causing discomfort or embarrassment. My dear friends, this kind of emotional burden is far more common than people realize. In fact, nearly 40% of women over the age of 60 experience recurring odor issues linked to urine, according to urologists who specialize in aging health. But here's what no one tells you. It is not inevitable. It is not something you have to accept as part of getting older. And most importantly, it is absolutely fixable. The truth is, many older women are unknowingly making 7 simple, everyday mistakes that quietly worsen this problem. These mistakes are not your fault. No one teaches you about them. Doctors rarely discuss them unless you ask directly. But the solutions are surprisingly simple, doctor recommended, fast-acting, and in many cases, life-changing. And I want you to stay with me, because mistake number 7 is the one that shocked Clara the most, and changing it transformed her life in just 48 hours. It is something almost every older woman overlooks, and yet it affects your body more than you could ever imagine. Before we dive in, let me ask you something, gently, respectfully. Have you ever wondered why the smell seems to linger even when you clean, shower, and care for yourself the best way you know how? If so, please type yes in the comments. You might be surprised how many women feel the exact same way. Now, let's begin uncovering these hidden mistakes one by one, so you can feel fresh, confident, and free again. Now, my dear friends, let's begin with the first and perhaps the most common mistake. Something so simple, so routine, that many older women never realize it's causing trouble. I call it the quick clean trap. Let me tell you about Evelyn, a warm-hearted 69-year-old grandmother who prides herself on being clean, organized, and well put together. She's a kind of woman who always smells like lavender lotion and keeps a pack of tissues in her purse, just in case. For most of her life, Evelyn believed she was doing everything correctly when it came to personal hygiene. After using the restroom, she would do a quick wipe, stand up, flush, wash her hands, and move on with her day. She had followed that same routine for decades. But recently, things started to shift. On weekends, when she visited her daughter, she noticed her son-in-law gently opening the patio door for fresh air. At church gatherings, she felt people giving her a bit more space than usual. And during her book club meetings, one of her friends subtly offered her breath mints. Not because of her breath, but because they didn't know how to say what they were really smelling. Evelyn told me she began avoiding social events altogether because she felt as if she was carrying a cloud around her that she couldn't see, but everyone else could. She said, "I don't understand. I'm clean. I wipe. I shower. Why won't the smell go away?" The sadness in her voice was unmistakable. What Evelyn didn't know was this. The quick wipe method was actually working against her. Most older women were taught to wipe front to back and move on. But as we age, the tissues around our intimate area become thinner, softer, and far more sensitive. That means even the slightest mistake can allow bacteria to creep closer to the urethra. And when you wipe too quickly or accidentally wipe even slightly in the wrong direction, you can unintentionally push bacteria toward places they don't belong. It creates what one urologist, Dr. Helena Brooks, calls a silent bacterial highway. Once those bacteria reach the urethra, they begin multiplying, and that's when recurring odor issues start to appear, no matter how often you shower. And there's another hidden layer to this problem. A quick wipe often doesn't remove all the urine. A tiny bit stays behind, trapping itself in the folds of the skin. Over time, this leftover moisture crystallizes, forming those strong-smelling ammonia compounds that cling to the body throughout the day. To make matters worse, many of the toilet papers sold in stores leave behind tiny fibers after wiping. Little pieces you can't see with the naked eye. These fibers hold moisture and bacteria like a sponge, making the odor even more persistent. Evelyn said, "It made me feel like no matter what I did, I wasn't clean enough." She felt defeated, embarrassed, and exhausted from trying so hard without results. But the solution was far simpler than she expected. I taught her to slow down and wipe carefully, always front to back, never the other way around. I recommended switching to soft, unscented, residue-free toilet paper, and when possible, rinsing gently with warm water and patting dry instead of wiping quickly. Within days, Evelyn noticed a dramatic difference. My friends, have you been caught in the quick clean trap without realizing it? Comment yes if you made this mistake before. Now, my dear friends, let's move on to the second mistake, one that many older women make with the best intentions in the world. I call this the soap selection disaster. Let me introduce you to Helen, a bright and graceful 67-year-old woman who loves anything that smells floral, citrusy, or freshly washed. Her bathroom shelf looked like a small perfume shop. Rows of lavender body wash, jasmine-scented gels, rose-infused scrubs, and even a spring rain bar soap she swore made her feel youthful. Helen believed she was doing everything right. In her mind, if there was an unpleasant odor, then using a stronger fragrance would naturally cover it. She scrubbed diligently every morning and again before bed, convinced that the sweeter the scent, the cleaner she must be. But despite all her effort, the odor only grew more noticeable. During lunch with her niece, she saw her subtly lean back. At a family gathering, she overheard someone quietly say, "I think something is wrong with Aunt Helen." And that night, she cried, not because she felt dirty, but because she didn't understand why her cleaning routine seemed to make everything worse. And that's when the truth came out. Her scented soaps were actually causing the problem. Most women don't realize that the intimate area has a very delicate natural pH level, usually between 3.8 and 4.5. This gentle acidity acts as a built-in defense system, keeping harmful bacteria under control. But the scented soaps Helen adored had a pH level of 8 to 10, far more alkaline than her body needed. Using these products disrupted her natural balance, wiped away healthy bacteria, and created a perfect breeding ground for odor-causing organisms. Simply put, the more she scrubbed, the worse things became. The transformation came when Helen made one simple shift. She switched to rinsing with warm water after using the restroom, gently patting dry instead of scrubbing, and twice a week, only twice, she used a pH-balanced, unscented intimate wash designed specifically for sensitive areas. Within just a few days, Helen noticed a difference. But the real moment of relief came when her daughter gave her a hug and said, "Mom, you smell so fresh today." Helen told me she nearly cried again, but this time from pure relief. My dear friends, sometimes the products we trust the most are the ones silently causing harm. This isn't about scrubbing harder. It's about working with your body, not against it. So tell me, comment, wow, if this makes you rethink your soap choice. My dear friends, mistake number 3 is one that sneaks into our lives quietly, without warning. Unlike the first 2 mistakes, this one doesn't come from the bathroom or hygiene habits or personal routines. This one starts in the place we all overlook our wardrobe. Let me introduce you to Diana, a 66-year-old retired teacher with impeccable style. If you saw her on the street, you'd admire how coordinated she always looked. Her leggings perfectly matched her blouse, her skirts flowed beautifully, and she had a small collection of easy care underwear that she bought because the package promised all-day comfort. Diana loved clothes that looked smooth, stretchy, and neat, and like many of us, she appreciated fabrics that didn't wrinkle and didn't require ironing. Polyester leggings, nylon underwear, rayon blend pants. They were her everyday essentials. But during one of our conversations, she shared something that had been troubling her for months. She said, "I don't understand it. I shower every morning. I wear clean clothes, but by late afternoon, I feel like there's a smell following me." And this wasn't just in her mind. On 2 separate occasions, her sister gently offered her perfume, and once, during a group outing, she noticed a friend subtly step away. It stung more than she wanted to admit. Diana tried everything. New soaps, new laundry detergent, even changing her diet. Nothing helped, until we finally looked at her clothes. Most people don't realize this, but synthetic fabrics, polyester, nylon, spandex, rayon, trap heat and moisture. They cling to the skin tightly and prevent airflow. When the intimate area gets even slightly warm or damp, bacteria multiply quickly, and the odor becomes more noticeable as the day goes on. It wasn't Diana's hygiene causing the problem. It wasn't aging. It wasn't her body at all. It was simply what she was wearing. She told me, "I never thought clothes could do this. I assumed fresh laundry was always safe." Once she understood the real issue, everything changed. She switched to 100% cotton underwear, which allows the skin to breathe naturally. She stopped wearing leggings for long outings and instead saved them for quick errands. And she began putting together what she called her fresh air outfits. Loose cotton pants, light skirts, and bamboo fiber loungewear that didn't trap heat or moisture. Within a week, she noticed a difference. Within 2 weeks, she said she felt lighter, cleaner, and more confident than I've felt in years. And just like that, she reclaimed the comfort she had been missing. My friends, I encourage you to take a moment tonight and look at the labels in your drawer. You might be surprised by how many fabrics are quietly working against you. Check your underwear drawer tonight and comment cotton. Did you know that the average woman spends nearly 1/3 of her life asleep, and that whatever she wears or rewears to bed can create the perfect environment for odor-causing bacteria? My dear friends, if the daytime habits we talked about earlier can affect freshness, then nighttime habits play an even bigger role. Yet this is a time most women think least about, assuming the body simply rests and resets overnight. But let's talk openly about something many women overlook: the hidden nighttime habit. Most older women love thick flannel pajamas, soft fleece sets, or snug synthetic nightgowns. They're warm, cozy, and familiar. And many women wear the same pajamas for 2, 3, or even 4 nights in a row because they smell fine. I'm not sweating. I only wear them for a few hours. But here's the unexpected truth. Nighttime warm plus tight or synthetic sleepwear equals an 8-hour incubator for bacteria. Even if you don't notice it, your body generates heat and moisture as you sleep. And when this moisture becomes trapped, especially by flannel, polyester, or fleece, bacteria grow quickly. By morning, the odor seems new, but it has actually been forming all night. This is why many women say, "I shower before bed." Why is the smell worse in the morning? Because while you sleep, bacteria flourish quietly, uninterrupted. The consequences you don't see. Reused pajamas hold on to old sweat microscopic skin, cells, residual urine, droplets bacteria caught in the fabric. When you put them on again the next night, all that gets pressed back onto freshly clean skin. The result? You wake up feeling less fresh, even if you showered just hours earlier. And by morning, the odor may already be noticeable. The simple fix that changes everything. Once women understand this, the solution becomes incredibly empowering. Here's what truly helps. 1. Choose loose, breathable cotton sleepwear. Cotton allows airflow, prevents moisture buildup, and keeps the skin cool. 2. Sleep without underwear a few nights a week. This isn't required, but it helps air reach delicate areas naturally. It's a gentle, comfortable way to let your skin breathe and recover. 3. Keep your bedroom cooler. A cooler room reduces sweating and stops bacteria from thriving. 4. Fresh pajamas and fresh sheets. Clean, cotton pajamas every night. Fresh sheets twice a week. This one simple routine can break the entire cycle. Women who make this shift often say they feel fresher the moment they wake up. They no longer dread mornings. They feel clean, confident, and in control again. My friends, if you're ready to try a simple nighttime change that truly works, comment fresh if you'll try cotton sleepwear. Let's break down one of the most common behaviors older women fall into without realizing it. A habit that feels smart and protective, but actually makes odor issues much worse. The common behavior. Many women reduce their water intake because they're afraid of bathroom accidents, overactive bladder episodes, or needing to excuse themselves too often when outside. It seems logical, right? Drink less, fewer accidents. But this instinctive behavior creates what I call the hydration paradox. The hidden mistake. When you drink too little water, your urine becomes heavily concentrated. This concentrated urine holds more waste, carries stronger ammonia compounds, and sticks to the skin more easily. Even a small drop of concentrated urine can produce a strong smell that lingers throughout the day, especially in warm or enclosed areas. Why this happens? Simple breakdown. Here's what your body is doing behind the scenes. 1. Less water equals darker, stronger urine. This is because there's more waste and less fluid to dilute it. 2. Stronger urine equals more ammonia production. Ammonia equals that sharp, distinct smell that clings to clothing and skin. 3. Ammonia irritates delicate tissues. As women age, these tissues become thinner and more sensitive. 4. Irritation creates the perfect environment for bacteria to multiply, and bacteria equals more odor. So the very act of avoiding water actually fuels the problem you're trying to prevent, the freshness solution. Here's the good news. This mistake is one of the easiest to reverse. A few simple changes can dramatically improve odor, comfort, and overall health. 1. Drink 8 glasses of water a day. No rushing, no forcing, just steady hydration through the day. 2. Drink most of your water before 6 p.m. This reduces nighttime bathroom trips, while still keeping your urine clear and low odor. 3. Add unsweetened cranberry juice twice a week. Not daily, just twice weekly. It supports urinary tract health and reduces bacteria buildup. 4. Drink water after every bathroom visit. This one habit alone flushes remaining bacteria, dilutes urine immediately, and supports better bladder health. Some women keep a small cup or bottle in the bathroom as a simple reminder. The result, once hydration improves, urine becomes lighter, gentler on the skin, far less odorous, and much easier to clean away completely. Many women report an improvement in just 48 to 72 hours. My dear friends, if you're ready to choose freshness, confidence, and better health, comment water if you'll start drinking more today. My dear friends, let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever taken freshly washed clothes out of the laundry, only to notice that faint, stubborn smell still lingering? Oh, you're not imagining it, and it's not your fault. Many older women unknowingly fall into what I call the laundry trap, where the very routine meant to freshen clothes ends up locking odors in deeper. Let's break down how this happens. The typical laundry routine. Most women follow a similar pattern. Add fabric softener for that fresh fragrance wash in lukewarm water to protect clothing use. A regular household detergent leave worn clothes in a hamper for a day or two, or sometimes longer. This seems perfectly normal. But behind the scenes, something unexpected is happening. The hidden mistake. 1. Fabric softener doesn't remove odors. It traps them. That smooth, silky coating it leaves behind makes clothes feel soft, yes, but it also creates a waxy layer over the fabric fibers. This layer seals in sweat particles, tiny droplets of urine, and odor-causing bacteria. Instead of washing away the smell, fabric softener locks it in. 2. Lukewarm water isn't strong enough to kill bacteria. Most bacteria responsible for odor thrive in warm, moist environments. A gentle, lukewarm wash won't eliminate them, It simply spreads them around. This is why some clothes smell clean when wet, but once they dry and warm against your skin, the odor returns within hours. Textile specialists explain that urine crystals can bond deeply to fabric fibers, especially cotton blends and synthetics. If clothes sit in a hamper without being rinsed quickly, the crystals set even deeper. A textile scientist I once spoke with described it this way. Think of odor like a stain you can't see. If you don't break it down at the molecular level, it never truly leaves a fabric. This is why regular detergent struggles. It cleans dirt, but not urine compounds. The simple fix that changes everything. Here's how to reset your laundry routine for real freshness. 1. Use hot water when possible. Hot water breaks down bacteria and urine crystals far more effectively. 2. Skip fabric softener completely. Replace it with white vinegar during the rinse cycle, or just skip additives altogether if vinegar isn't preferred. 3. Use an odor removal detergent. Look for detergents specifically made for smells, not just stains. 4. Wash soiled items immediately. Even a quick rinse before tossing them in a hamper helps prevent bacteria from setting in. 5. Dry completely. Damp laundry equals odor returning instantly. Within a week of making these changes, most women notice a dramatic difference. Clothes smell fresher, stay cleaner longer, and no longer reintroduce odor onto clean skin. My dear friends, if you're ready to finally break the laundry cycle and get truly fresh clothing again, comment clean if you're ready for a fresher laundry. My dear friends, we've come to the final and most surprising mistake, one that catches nearly every older woman off guard. And honestly, it's not something anyone would ever think to connect with personal odor. Let me share this with you gently and clearly. Sometimes the culprit isn't your hygiene, your clothing, or even your habits. It's your medication. Meet Janice, a thoughtful 73-year-old who had tried everything. Cotton underwear, pH-balanced washes, better hydration, new laundry routines, all of it. And while each step helped a little, she still had moments when the odor returned without warning. It confused her deeply. She told me, "It's like the smell comes out of nowhere, even on my best days." One afternoon, while going through her daily pill organizer, she noticed something interesting. She took several supplements in the morning, a few medications midday, and another handful in the evening. She hadn't thought much about this routine because she had followed it for years. But here is the part most women never learn. Certain medications and supplements can quietly change the chemistry of your urine. Some make urine stronger smelling. Some make it more acidic. Some cause dryness or irritation. And others shift the balance of healthy bacteria in the body. All of these changes can contribute to odor, even when you're doing everything else correctly. But before we go further, I want to say this very clearly. Do not stop taking your medications. Do not adjust your doses on your own. Your health and safety always come first. Any changes must be made with your doctor or pharmacist guiding you. So, what can you do safely and wisely? Here are the gentle solutions that help Janice ***. 1. Take medications with a full glass of water. This dilutes urine and reduces strong odors almost immediately. 2. Adjust the timing with doctor approval. Some supplements cause temporary changes in urine smell. Taking them earlier in the day can reduce overnight odor buildup. 3. Use probiotics, but smartly. If a woman is prescribed antibiotics, she can ask her doctor whether probiotics are appropriate. Many women take them 2 hours after antibiotics to help maintain healthy bacteria. 4. Hydrate more on days you take diuretics. Some medications pull water out of the body. On these days, drinking a little extra water can help keep urine lighter and gentler. 5. Ask your pharmacist for a side effect review. Pharmacists can explain which medications commonly affect urine odor or pH. This one conversation gave Janice more clarity than she'd had in years. And the emotional result? Janice finally experienced complete relief. No more random flare-ups. No more unexplained odor. No more frustration or embarrassment. She told me, understanding my medications was the missing piece. Now everything makes sense, and I finally feel fresh again. My dear friends, if you're ready to take that empowering step toward clarity and confidence, comment checkup if you'll talk to your pharmacist. My dear friends, we have walked through a truly important journey together today, one that so many older women navigate in silence. And yet, as you've now seen, every part of the struggle is completely fixable, completely manageable, and absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. We uncover the 7 hidden mistakes that quietly contribute to unwanted odor. The quick clean trap, the soap selection disaster, the fabric prison, nighttime negligence, the hydration paradox, the laundry trap, and the silent saboteur hiding in medications. Each of these mistakes is small on its own, but when combined, they can create a cycle that feels overwhelming. Every step we discuss today is gentle, simple, and proven to bring clarity, comfort, and confidence back into your daily life. Now, before we end, I want to ask you, what is one commitment you are making today to feel fresher, lighter, and more confident in your body? Whatever it is, write it in the comments. Not for me, but for you, because speaking a commitment aloud is the first step toward change, and your words might inspire another woman who desperately needs reassurance today. And if this video brought you comfort, understanding, or even just a bit of relief, go ahead and tap the like button. It tells me that this message matters and helps more women find it. If you'd like to continue walking this path of wisdom, health, and empowerment with us, I warmly invite you to subscribe to our growing community. Here, we learn together, we grow together, and no one faces these challenges alone. And lastly, think of just one woman in your life, a sister, a friend, a neighbor who might need this information but is too shy or too embarrassed to ask. Share this video with her. You might be giving her the clarity she's been searching for. Thank you for your courage, your openness, and your commitment to caring for yourselves with grace and dignity. Until next time, stay healthy, stay confident, and stay wonderfully you.